Hey guys, and welcome back to another fun video. Today we just got done with project 4, and these two are Bartlett pear trees. Then the back are Orient pear trees, and so they weren't as big root systems as I thought, but I hope they'll grow. Right now in this clip we are working on our no-till loofah garden. So here helping me is Jill, who is growing in the back half of my greenhouse, and Zoe. Zoe is Jill's intern, and she is studying regenerative ag, and so she is doing an internship for Jill. So basically we're just laying down lots of cardboard, and we got 4 pallets worth of cardboard from a spice factory, so it smells pretty good, and there's some sugar bags, so a few flies are developing on these warmer days, but it was cold during this video. This is all we got done on this particular day. It sure works fast with 3 of us. We decided to do a little more just to make it even. Last year we didn't have plastic on this and loads of weeds grew. Jill raked those and we burned them. In the loofah no-till area, and Jill and her intern Zoe and I laid all of this cardboard today, along with the patch I already did that's covered with mulch. But this time we're going to be using the skid steer to put the mulch on this. And we did go thicker with the cardboard this time. So Jill raked up a lot of the weeds, and I clipped some trees that were small and we burnt them. It's smoking because it's pretty wet here. Then we have a few big trees, I think 3, that I'll need a chainsaw or something else for. But we got a lot done today. So me and my little brother my little brother knows how to drive the skid steer, so he was kind of sitting on my lap and showing me how he does it, which I'm still not confident to do it myself, but it was interesting. And he did get a little scared because he can't lift the thing too high when he dumps, which was hard. So my dad did a few more loads for us. But we did 2 small loads. These are my grandma's blackberries before and after we prune them. When we prune them, there's just some that look dead, and we clip those at the base. So this is project who knows what, but basically we're having a series of restoring farm stuff and the beauty of farms. So we are going to put these weeds to rest with a tarp method. So obviously, like, dead purple nettle is not a bad one. It's just overtaking, and I don't want my family to spray right here. Where are you guys going?
We're going to find some.
Anyway, I don't want it to overtake and then my family want to use spray because my pear trees are right here. Plus, it's enriching the farm by restoring its beauty. So, yep, we're just gonna put back into the land, and we're probably gonna plant daylilies once we get rid of these overgrowing weeds. It's really windy out today, but it's pretty warm. Let's show you what the hoop house is looking like. Obviously, we still need to cut down the trees, but this is mulched and spread. I still need to find that tree in the ground so I can put some chemical on it to get rid of it. But that's kind of what it looks like. I'm gonna get some cardboard for my next project. It's very windy, but we're working on a project out here, quite a bit of cardboard from all that cardboard we got. And I put a little mulch to hold down the sides just so it didn't blow away while I went to get my pocket knife. But I'm going to cut 2 holes for those 2 elderberries, and then I'm going to extend some more cardboard over here and plant the other 2. Then we'll mulch around them so no weeds come up, and so the cardboard helps prevent weeds. Huge shout out to my friend Jill for giving me these 4 elderberries to start my awesome berry collection. And a big shout out to her again because she's taught me how to do the no-till method with cardboard and mulch. This is what the elderberries look like. They each have 3-ish sets of 2 leaves. I'm going to try really hard to water these frequently to help them establish roots. So we have 1 elderberry planted. It didn't have any roots, but I think it's gonna do good. It has green, 3 points of green, so that's good. So I don't know how far I should plant them. I might add some cardboard. Ugh, mulch in my mouth. But I think I want to put them at least 5 feet apart. So I add some cardboard. Now we're going to plant that one. So this elderberry is a lot longer than the other one that's right there that I planted. This one actually does have roots on it. If you can see that. And then it has 2 nodes. And then 2 more green ones. 2 more. Maybe healthy. I don't know. Then up here there are some, but then the top is dead. So I think I'm going to snap that off. So now it is planted. And the potting soil is what I put on top. Just to help roots come out the side below. But it's not the strongest because it's not dense. But I think the wood chips will help. And I think if they are dense, they will have trouble rooting. So, oh, and there's this problem. You see that big horsefly? Well, yeah. There's a whole bunch of those in this cardboard because it smells like food. So I've put at least 4 or 5 gallon buckets on this, and I finished planting that elderberry and that one. 2 more to go, but I wanted to secure the wood chips on around these 2, just so all that hard work wouldn't blow away, because it is getting windy. To work we go, to work we go, to find some cardboard for my elderberry patch. Oh, there's the cardboard. So we're finished with this project for the day. We got the 4 elderberries planted. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, this one's really close to the edge of the weed barrier, which is my cardboard and mulch. So I'm planning on doing some more. Because we're not going to be able to spray or mow in between this little barn and this. So I'm going to finish cardboarding and mulching there some other day, but this is good enough. They really needed to get in the ground just so they could get some cold, because they need cold in order to survive, live, produce. So it's, what is it? It's almost April, and I think we'll be getting a few more cold nights. So I think they'll be okay. But they were in some pots that are on that hydrant right now. But thanks to my friend Jill for giving these elderberry plants to me. I'm really excited to see how they grow. And hopefully I can expand this next year, but 4 is an awesome start. And hopefully they survive until next year, and then they'll be good for a long time. But I'm thinking I'll just do continue it on that way of elderberries. But that is a field past that tree, so I don't know how close I can get, with the spray and everything. But I think where they are right here is fine. Yeah. So we won't worry about that till we need to. But now we've got a good start, and I'll finish that later. But right now, I'm gonna go show you guys what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna pick up my hat, and I'm going to get these pots because I can use them for my loofah. Then I'm gonna pick up the trash. This is just trash that accumulates from the farm and blows down here to this lower part of the farm. So over here by the sawdust and mulch pile is this little tree oasis, and there are some concrete blocks. And I thought I was gonna put these in the bucket, but I think that might break the bucket. Because I need these kind of things for that other project. So I think I'm gonna make it work. And where the other project is where I need to put the buckets back. Anyway, I need these stones to put on a project, and the buckets go back in that area. It's very windy outside right now, but I was just going to show you guys kind of an update on this area where I planted my pear trees. So the pear trees are right there, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just kind of taking a break from doing the elderberries. I took my shoes off because my arches are really bad, so I'm kind of resting my feet. But anyway, I was just sitting on this bed. So this is where my grandpa used to plant all his crops because his back was bad, and so the higher beds were better for him. So he has those 2 tires, and then he has this metal water trough thing, and then this bed. And anyway, he isn't able to plant. So Grandma planted some of my cauliflower that wasn't looking the best. Some of the leaves were turning reddish brown, and I think they just wanted to be planted. But she planted 6 cauliflower, and this is the snowball self-blanching. But anyway, we like to put these pipes, I call them pipes, I don't actually know what they are, but we put those around our brassicas, tomatoes, peppers for the first month, I'd say. I don't know if it's actually a month, at least a few weeks. That way the stem can get strong and it can really start the roots down. But as you can see, it's so windy, it's still getting wind, so it's just preventing it from snapping the poor little plant. So that's kind of a tip, because if you don't do that, your plants will not thrive as fast and basically be stunted. But if you do this, they still get wind exposure, as you can see, but it's strengthening them and not snapping them. So what I was going to show you, those stone concrete block things we picked up. They are over here. And this is a project I think I showed you guys, but I didn't show you when I finished. I put this tarp I have on the ground. So there's concrete ends about there where you can see the plants growing. But there used to be an old barn here. But this barn's, I remember it being built, but I was pretty young. So it's not like the newest barn in the world, but it's not old. And anyway, there's just these common weeds growing along the side of it. And some people don't consider that a weed. It's called dead purple nettle. You can make tea with it. It's good to put in salve and stuff. But it's not needed here. So what I'm doing is putting stones on this tarp to kill the grass, weeds, and I don't know what that other weed is. But the wind's really blowing it up, so I hope it still works. I think normally it takes like 2 weeks for it to kill it all off, and then this is what I'm planning. I don't know if it's gonna go like this, but once this is like dead and everything, I'm going to plant some daylilies since I started so many of those in the greenhouse. And then when I'm doing this section, I'm going to put the tarp there for the next part of this, like the middle, to get those weeds gone. But I think I'm going to put the cardboard and the mulch, kind of what we're doing in the hoop house. Well, exactly what we're doing in the hoop house. Around the daylilies. But obviously, since they're perennial, they shoot up more and more every year. So I won't be able to do cardboard every year. But I can continue mulch after this first initial planting. So daylilies, and then I have one columbine I might put in here. And then I might add a few other plants in with the daylilies. Maybe some hostas. I don't know how they do. This is full sun area. Then my trees are really wobbling. I want to put like twine or something around both poles, but then I'm afraid it will rub the tree so much from the wind still. So I think I'm gonna let them get strong from this wind, and then after the wind I'll do that, just so they go straight and the wind doesn't bother them after this. What else? So I maybe need one more brick or 2 or 3, but that's looking good. Then earlier in the video I showed you guys us pruning. Well, I didn't really show you guys. I showed a before and after clip. And I was helping Grandma prune the blackberries. All she does is, this little bit is blackberries. She just clips like the dead ones because they send new shoots up every year. Or some just die from being old. But anyway, some of those are blackberries too, but some are wisteria, and I don't know the difference. But I think we're going to try and tackle that one day. But then her other blackberries are at her main garden location. What else? Oh, I'm asking Dad to till that section I tried to plant elderberries in last year, but they all died because I didn't care for them and they need lots of water the first few years. Oh, and on the trees, I've been watering them about every other day. Some people are telling me not to water them more than once a week, and some people are telling me water them every day. So I just don't know. So I kind of settled for every other day. And then if I forget or something, it's not a big deal since I don't know what to do. Anyway, this little patch I'm going to plant in. And as you know, I'm going to camp June through August, so I won't be here for most of it. The gardening season, so I'm thinking about doing the cardboard and mulch method, the no-till method, but I don't know if I'll have time to do this, so it could just be a regular garden. But I do want to at least do the cardboard and mulch along the fence so Dad doesn't spray so close to my pear trees. Because he does like to keep the weeds down around the fence. I think because it's electric. Yeah, it's electric. Well, there's an electric wire running around it. Anyway, I think I'm going to put these posts on the corners of my new elderberry patch that I just worked on. But anyway, that's kind of an update over here. Now I'm thinking I'm either going to spread mulch, manure on Grandma's rhubarb, or I'm going to go work in the greenhouse. So every morning I work in the greenhouse for like an hour. I go from like 6 to 7. I mean, it depends on the day. But I'm just thinking that's getting work done in the greenhouse. And over here, I don't get as much done unless I make time for it or something. But this is the rhubarb. And Grandma really can't spread manure, so I think that's what I'm gonna do right now, is put manure around the rhubarb just so it's less maintenance, so we don't have to weed, and it gives it nutrients. How I normally scoop the manure, or the composted manure, I just put it in 2 buckets, carry the 2 buckets over here. So it's very windy again today, but yesterday I forgot to record that I put 4 posts around the corner, and they're not like T-posts, they're just the ones you step on and they go in. And they're not the sturdiest thing. They're there just so people don't hit my poor little elderberries. Guys, so right now I'm by where I planted my 4 trees, and my dad tilled this garden space that I tried to grow elderberries in last year, and what I'm doing is I want this to be successful unlike last year. I'm not planting elderberries, but I'm going to plant a normal garden. So right now I'm going to be planting broccoli and cauliflower. First I am putting cardboard and 2 layers of cardboard and then mulch, and I'm putting it along the whole edge of this cow fence because you see those dead tall weeds? Well, those come back here every year, and I did not like the spray to be that close to my new pear trees or to our other garden, and so this is a good way to meet in the middle. If I have time, I'll do the other side. I really should do the other side, like both those sides and then those, so that my dad doesn't want to spray at all. But we'll see. Then once we get this part done, I don't know if I'll do it all today, but I am going to plant my broccoli and cauliflower today, and maybe some other seeds. I just remembered I brought zinnia seeds, and I'm like, why did I bring those? Because it's not that warm. I don't think I can plant those. But then over here we have my grandma's raised beds. Cauliflower, the lettuce, and spinach is coming up. This is the spinach, and then these are some beets we transplanted. Normally we don't transplant beets, but Jill started some and she had extra. Then I have these 3 buckets in a big tub. That's how much mulch I've already done, but I'm gonna have to make a lot of trips of that. And then over here we have my 3 packs of broccoli. 1 pack of cauliflower. The cauliflower doesn't look that good, but I think I'm gonna plant one more because I have a lot that looks kind of scrappy like that I don't think I'm gonna sell. So I didn't get anything done on the side because I was running out of time and I just wanted to plant my brassicas. So this is the section. We have 18 broccoli, I think. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Then 6 cauliflower. And I'm running behind, but I've got to go. I only had 2 of those on hand, so I didn't put a wind blocker on all of them. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to hopefully come water these guys and put some wind blockers on. I put 2 handfuls of composted manure around each plant, and then I watered each one. But I gave them the most care I could in the time that I had. But this week we're gonna attempt to mulch most all of it, and I'm gonna try and clip that tree right there. But I definitely want to get the edge mulched as soon as possible. But the rhubarb is doing good since we finished mulching it on Friday. It's thriving. But I've got to get going. So thank you guys for sticking along on this crazy video.